positive momentum going there for a while. They've dropped 7 out of 10, falling 18 games below the 500 mark. Texas just the opposite.
That they've had the Indians' number. 7 out of 8 games this year, they have beaten them. And the Indians, the ERA against the Rangers this year is a hair over 7.
Now, the big thing for the Indians today is to try to somehow slow down the Ranger bats, because they have come into this series with their hitting shoes on. After they went 15 innings without scoring a run,
they
rolled in here yesterday and clobbered 15 extra base hits, 31 total, and scoring 21 runs to sweep the doubleheader. And that's the third doubleheader that this Ranger club has swept already this year.
That's without Michael Young and Josh Hamilton.
Yeah. Well, the Indians have taken the field. Fausto Carmona will toe the rubber for the Tribe, looking for his 4th win of the year. Let's have a look at Ron Washington's starting 9 for Texas. Julio Bourbon, the left-handed hitting left fielder, leads it off. Then Elvis Anderson, Ian Kinsler. Marlon Byrd set a franchise mark for the Rangers with 7 hits in that doubleheader yesterday. Nelson Cruz follows Byrd, then David Murphy will DH. Butch Rodriguez behind the plate, Chris Davis at first, and Esteban Herman will bat 9th.
Fausto Carmona making start number 20 this year. His record 3-9, and he is coming off a no decision against the Detroit Tigers on September 3rd. He went 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. He did walk 5, so his control was not there. He'd give up a home run. At home this year, Fausto's 1-5 and a 4.36, and he's going to have to contend with that Ranger offense. We will see. In his career, 2-5 against the Texas Rangers. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense behind Carmona this afternoon, brought to you by Honda. It's Laporta in left, Crow is in center, Chu in right, Peralta at third, Valbuena at short, Carroll is at second, Romero at first, Shopping behind the plate.
And the umpiring crew this afternoon, Marvin Hudson calling the balls and strikes. Angel Hernandez at first, crew chief Randy Marsh at second, Lance Barksdale down at third. Julio Bourbon steps in. Last dozen games has had a tough time offensively. Snapped an 0 for 12 skid when he hit a couple of home runs in the doubleheader yesterday in the first game of that twin bill. And Carmona misses off the plate for ball 1. That was the first multi-homer game of his career for Bourbon.
This guy showed a little pop yesterday in the ball game, hitting 2 home runs in the first game. Scored 3 runs.
Here's the 2-0. Getting word now that Grady Sizemore had successful arthroscopic surgery performed on that left elbow.
It's not a good
Bourbon
sign.
Draws a walk.
Not a good way to start for Carmona.
Grady will also undergo surgery next Wednesday in Philadelphia to repair the groin.
That is correct.
So a double dose of surgery for Grady Sizemore. Gives you an idea of the kind of toughness that he displayed this year, playing through that pain all year long. That groin injury originally suffered back in spring training, but he tried to gut his way through it. Meanwhile, Fausto Carmona looking for a strike.
Yeah.
Elvis Andrus with an 11-game hitting streak, 13 for 39 during his tear, but that's only part of the story. because over his last 39 games, he's batted at a .315 clip. And now Kelly Shoppach making his first trip to the mound. And Carmona.
It's almost like, look, he wants the ball back, and he knows he's trying to throw a strike. And at times, the harder he tries, the worse it gets. He's not looking. He's just spaced out. He's trying to focus and get into the strike zone.
He's missed with his first 6.
And that's the one thing you don't want to happen today in the final game is let Texas get an early lead. You're going up against a tough customer in Scott Feldman, who's won his last 6 starts. He's 11-1 on the road. So, boy, oh boy, you certainly don't want to spot him anything like they did yesterday in the first 2 games.
There's a strike, 3-1.
There's the cheer.
Ian Kinsler lurking in the on-deck circle. .3-1 pitch. Full count.
Well, that's smart. They take 2 strikes. They're going to force him to throw 3 in a row. Now you can start the runner. They got good speed at first. Andrus, a guy that can put the ball in play.
Runner goes. 3-2 pitch.
Look
Line
at
to
that,
right
done
field.
to perfection.
Bourbon will try to go to third. Shoes throw, and it is not in time.
Boy, oh boy, that was a nice throw by Chu. And I mean, he was off and running. He had a good read. He saw the ball was getting through, and that was a good play. Right on the money, but he just beats the throw, and it goes to show you with speed what happens. That ball is hit hard. He makes the turn, going to third base. Watch the slide. Gets the foot just in before Peralta can come back and tag him. That was awfully close. That throw, even if it was on the bag, it may have hit him, though. That's the one thing. So they started out first and third.
Ian Kinsler, the last 3 games, 7 for 12. A big chunk of that was last night's performance, in which he went 5 for 9 with 2 doubles. Carmona gets a first pitch strike. Andrus has 26 steals, so he is definitely a guy that Carmona wants to keep an eye on. That's what he's done against the Indians this year, which is very impressive. 1-1. Rangers have certainly taken advantage of their scoring chances in this series, as evidenced by the 21 runs they've scored. A 13 for 28 mark with runners in scoring position. Popped foul, back out of play. 1-2 the count.
What's that bright thing that's in the sky? Haven't seen it for a few days.
It's been a rumor lately.
Nice to see, though.
The 1-2. Rolls it foul, just beyond the Indians' dugout. Rangers trying to take the early lead here. 3 batters into the game. They're set up first and third. And Ian Kinsler down on the count 1-2. And again, it's fouled off. He's taking aim on our camera crew down there.
Well, in either game yesterday, they did not score in the first, but they came right back in the second and were able to score in both games.
The 1-2. And he struck him out looking. Carmona gets his First out here in inning number 1.
Check out the sequence to Kinsler. Started him off with a nice slider for strike 1. Backs him off with a two-seamer, so now he's ahead in the count. Throws another one inside. Couple of them in there. And same spot. He took that one, but that one ended up on the inside corner.
Marlon Byrd has hit in 6 straight games for Texas. Yesterday, 7 for 9. He had 6 singles and a big 3-run homer in the first game of that doubleheader.
Raised his batting average yesterday 10 points in the doubleheader in September. That's impressive because that's hard to do. But that's what happens when you get 7 hits in 2 games.
First and third, 1 out. Carmona looking for that ground ball now. 2-0. With that strikeout, Fausto now has 63 strikeouts and 63 walks in 101 innings of work. Two and 1. Runner goes on the 2-1 pitch. It's drilled deep center field. Trevor Crowe racing back. He's out of room. It's out of here. Marlon Byrd with a 3-run homer to straightaway center field, and he continues to torment the Tribe.
Boy,
it's his 8th hit in the series and his 2nd home run. And the Rangers jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Extra base hits continue. They have just throttled the Tribe this year with extra base hits, and when you fall behind, he throws one right down the middle. I mean, if you were to sit back and look at highlights or look at the tape, and you see where the pitches are to these Texas hitters, you'll realize why they're hitting so many out of the ballpark. That is number 17 for Byrd, the 12th given up by Carmona. And Texas will jump out in front again.
During the On Deck show today, they ran a poll question of where you think Fausto Carmona fits in the rotation next year. I think that is a question that nobody has an answer to. 2-1 to count. Nelson Cruz, like Marlon Byrd, has hit in 6 straight games. Started out the first game of that doubleheader yesterday by striking out 3 times in his first 4 at-bats with a walk. And then he had a double in his last plate appearance. Wound up 3 for 9 in the twin bill with 2 doubles. And the 2-2 pitch hit on the ground weakly to short. Valbuena will throw him out, 2 down.
Well, the Rangers last night in the doubleheader out of the 18 innings, 6 times they put multiple runs on the board. And they come right back out today and do the same thing in the first.
Well, yesterday was only the 3rd time in the expansion era that a team scored as many as 14 runs in a doubleheader and never had a lead. And that was the story for the Indians yesterday. They fell behind in both games. Never led. And they here today, they're down 3 before they even come to bat.
And you know what? Give the offense credit. They battled back both games yesterday to, make it a ball game.
Line drive base hit with 2 outs to left field for David Murphy, who's hit now in 10 of his last 12 games.
Murphy, right there you go. A little inside, he takes it the other way.
Here is Pudge Rodriguez. It was the reason why David Murphy switched from number 7 to number 14, deferring to the longtime veteran Rodriguez upon his return to the Lone Star State in Arlington. Actually only moved up about 5 hours. He's down in Houston.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Where he started the year. Just 3 hits in his last 22 at-bats, including his 2 doubles yesterday, and he drives this one deep to left field, way back and gone. Pudge Rodriguez with a 2-out, 2-run homer, and it's a 5-0 Rangers lead.
It's a home run. It's a home run. They're making the play like it didn't. It hit over on that sign, so second home run in the inning. For Rodriguez, his second home run with the Rangers. And it is a 5-run inning now.
Here comes Carl Willis for his first trip to the mound today.
And Rodriguez, a guy that tries to shoot everything the other way, so you know that was a mistake pitch. You can see that one hit way back off that brick wall and ricochets back.
Four hits and a walk. And the Rangers have tallied 5 runs in the first. Carmona does have 2 outs. Chris Davis, the 8th man to bat in the inning. He tied a career high with 4 runs batted in.
Well, and he put the game away last night.
Yesterday's doubleheader.
Yeah, when you look at the 9th inning. You know, Veras, after the error, caved in and got a base hit, and then a big 3-run homer that took the Indians out of the game and made it a 10-5 game.
Carmona with that strike has now made 30 pitches here in the first inning.
Boy, not the way you wanted to start. But it started right from the first hitter. He didn't throw a strike. And that was a problem yesterday. So many pitches middle of the plate by the pitching staff.
1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 to kill. Two and 2 as Davis came up empty. Eric Wedge will watch his team once again try to battle from behind. There was a losing proposition in both games yesterday, but he did applaud their effort and their determination to continue to fight their way back into the game. And the 2-2 fouled off to the left. Again, the 2-2 pitch, and again, a base hit to left field. So the Rangers have batted around here in the first inning, and Esteban Herman will be the 9th batter for Texas.
Let's check out some of the locations. There's a 3-2 pitch that got it rolling, got the first hit. The ball down the middle of Bird where he hit it out. A pitch that's elevated, he goes the other way. A home run that he missed with up and in, and a pitch that just slapped to left. It's all 5 hits. Location.
Esteban Herman 1 for 5 yesterday. Played in the second game of the doubleheader. One ball, 1 strike. Esteban Herman was released by the Kansas City Royals on March the 8th, and then signed by the Chicago Cubs, who released him on April the 3rd.
You know Carmona's in trouble when he's throwing 39 pitches and you've got one swing and miss. That's not a good sign.
Already Jensen Lewis warming in the bullpen. 40th pitch of the first inning for Carmona, and it's down low 3-1. Up the middle, another base hit. Into center field, Davis stops at second. And the Rangers just continue to hammer away at Fausto Carmona.
We have to,
4 straight 2-out hits in the inning.
We may have to send Popper out and get into the mailbag early.
6 hits in all here in the first.
Well, that one goes right back up the middle. That's what happens. You fall behind in the count. They're just stalling for time until Lewis gets ready. I don't know if Wedge can watch anymore. It has been a terrible afternoon and first inning for Carmona. Umpire's going to go out. They're on the phone. Is he ready? If he is, let's go. You got to make it. He's getting ready. Here we come. That's exactly. He can't watch anymore. We'll be here all day.
So Fausto Carmona does not survive the first inning here today.
Unbelievable.
He faces 9 Ranger hitters, allows 5 runs on 6 hits, and he's responsible for the 2 on base. A timeout here in Cleveland. 5-0 Rangers. They have batted around and they have knocked Fausto Carmona out of the game. Jensen Lewis will come on now and face Julio Bourbon with 2 Rangers aboard and 2 out here in the first inning.
Well, you talk about taxing your bullpen now. After the doubleheader yesterday and your starters out in the first inning, they are going to have to log some innings.
Lewis misses for ball 1. Bourbon started the misery for Carmona by walking on 4 pitches to start the game. High pop should end the inning. Newman Romero in the coach's box grabs it. And the side is finally retired. Tribe down 5 as they come to bat for the first time today. provider of the Cleveland Indians. Jamie Carroll, Luis Valbuena, Shin-Soo Choo, Peralta, Hafner, Laporta, Kelly Shopik, Newman Romero, and Trevor Crow.
Scott Feldman making the start for the Rangers. What a year he is having. His 26th start, 15-4, 3.62 ERA. He is 11-1 on the road this year, looking to set the record for the Rangers. That's the most in history. 11 on the road. He's looking to get number 12, and he's won 6 straight, looking for his 7th straight win. And I'll tell you what, they're off to a good start for him.
No Ranger pitcher has ever won 12 games on the road in one season. Vicente Padilla and Rick Helling also won 11 road games in their careers with Texas. So Feldman trying to grab a little piece of Ranger history here today. Nice play at third by Herman to take away Jamie Carroll, one down.
Let's look at the Rangers' defense this afternoon. In the outfield behind Feldman is Bourbon, Bird, and Cruz. On the infield, it's Herman at third, Andrus at short, Kinsler at second, Davis at first, and Pudge behind the plate.
Luis Valbuena steps in, riding a modest 3-game hitting streak. When asked about setting the record for the Rangers' most road wins in a season, or the possibility of setting it, Scott Feldman said, quote, "I don't really think it's very historic." Said, we're in a good position. Winning games in general is the name of the game.
Yeah,
I don't think winning a certain amount of games on the road is all that important.
That's exactly right. Just give me a W. I don't care where I pitch. And that's the right answer. Anytime you toe the rubber, you want to give your team an opportunity to win, and he has certainly done that this year. He won his first 5 decisions earlier in the year before he had a couple of losses, but, so consistent this year. And that's the big difference why the Rangers are where they're at this year was because of pitching. They were terrible last year in ERA. They are 4th in the league at a 4.28 ERA. Ron Washington, he wanted to tighten up that defense a little bit more. You get better pitching. All part of that because Nolan Ryan is down there calling some of the shots. They move Andrus to shortstop, the young rookie. Put Gold Glove Michael Young to third base. That tightened the defense. And it's not an easy park to play defense in down there in Arlington. That ball flies around there. But they have had a really solid year.
3-2 pitch to Valbuena. Hit on the ground wide of third. Fair ball. Herman gave it a diving effort. Valbuena turns. He'll hold. Bourbon able to get over there and cut it off quickly. So a 1-out single for Valbuena, who's now hit in 4 straight. And it brings up Shin-Soo Choo.
Get that little 2-seamer that he stayed on nicely. Gets it past Herman. They're playing Valbuena that way, so he only gets a single.
Choo 3 for 9 in the series. Belt high strike. He's hit in 17 of his last 21 games. And Feldman's 0-1 pitch. Double play ball hit to second. And Andrus, the return throw, not in time, so give credit to Choo for hustling down the line to beat it out. 2 down, runner at first, and Johnny Peralta will be the batter. Check out our league leaders brought to you by the Indians Team Shop. Scott Feldman right behind CC Sabathia and Justin Verlander for the league lead in victories.
Well, Verlander's going today against the Royals, so he's got a chance to get 17. But those guys, that's good. They got an outside chance, I'd say, to win 20.
Peralta takes the ball outside.
Feldman made a start earlier in August here in Cleveland, the 13th. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. Collected a win here.
1-1 the count. Peralta in a funk right now, 0 for his last 7. 1 for 9 in the series. And Peralta trying to hit one past Kinsler, but the second baseman throws him out. After an inning of play, it's Texas 5, Cleveland nothing. Cafe coffees at McDonald's, all made to order with fresh ground espresso beans. And by All Care Dental and Dentures, we make seeing the dentist easy. Second inning here at Progressive Field. 5-zip Rangers on top. Elvis Andrus to lead it off, and he takes the first pitch strike. Elvis Andrus feels like he's gotten his second win since his batting average slipped down to 249 back on July 20th. But he said he's been working extra with hitting coach Rudy Jaramillo, and he said, I'm starting to get it.
Well,
I'm making adjustments faster. He said before it might have taken me a couple of at-bats to figure things out, but right now I feel like I can make the adjustment during an at-bat.
Well, there you talk about since the break, it's gone up to 300. For a lot of young players, it's the exact opposite. They'll start off quickly, and then, as the season wears on, you get tired a little bit and you cave into the grind. But then remember, this kid's 20 years old, so that's a good sign.
Also said he feels more comfortable in the 2-hole, where he hit throughout his minor league career, as that fly ball to right handled by Chu. Don't forget to stop by Alvin's Jewelers and check out their Pray for Rain promotion. You buy your engagement ring at Alvin's Jewelers. If it rains on your wedding day, your engagement ring is free. Log on to alvinsjewelers.com for all the information. Here now is Ian Kinsler.
Oh, it got somebody. Who was it, Marte? Yes, it.
That ball was blistered right toward the end of the
It
Indians'
got him,
dugout.
too, in the back pocket. He couldn't get out of the way.
Saying, hit it over there. Well, with Kinsler, if you're anywhere on the left side of the field, meaning in the seats, anywhere, you've got to be aware. Because when he turns on them, they're not weakly hit. They're not dribblers.
Well, he's been in that camera bay probably 5 times between yesterday and today with some hard shots.
There's a high drive center field. Crow back onto the track. 2 down.
Well, Progressive Field Party Suites are perfect for entertaining clients, employees, or hosting a family celebration. Enjoy premium service, food, and beverages. Call 216-420-HITS.
Two down for Marlon Byrd, who had a 3-run home run off Fausto Carmona in the first. Down low. The start by Fausto Carmona take of 2/3 of an inning, the shortest since Carl Pavano's Indians debut against the Texas Rangers back on April 9th when he lasted just 1 inning. Bird lines one to left, and it's caught by Laporta, and the Rangers go 1-2-3. Travis Hafner, Matt Laporta, and Kelly Shopik will face Scott Feldman. Hafner 3 for 4 yesterday with a home run. Homered twice in his last 5 games. And he's hit in 9 of his last 13 overall. Our great clip of the game from yesterday was that solo shot hit by Hafner off Neftali Feliz, and it stopped his streak.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Only the second run that guy has given up all year in his 13 appearances. Let's put it that way. That's right. Yesterday was the streak stopper for the bullpen guys. Chris Perez for the Indians, Neftali Feliz for the Rangers. They were first and second in the league. Perez had over 20 innings. Feliz at 19.
Now the 2-2 pitch. And it's outside. Full count. Three balls and 2 strikes. Rangers do have the 3-man shift on the right side for Hafner. And the payoff pitch is again fouled out of play. One more time, a 3-2 pitch. And he struck him out looking. First strikeout for Scott Feldman, one down here in the second. I want to take a moment to talk to you about The Gathering Place, a wonderful caring community that helps individuals and their family members who are battling cancer with programs offered free of charge from 2 locations, one in Beechwood, one in Westlake. And when the Indians homer this year, our friends at Great Clips are donating $50 for every dinger to The Gathering Place. Rick and I are each donating $5 per homer. Closing in on the $10,000 mark for the season. Hope to get there before the year is over. You can help. Log on to touchedbycancer.org to learn more about The Gathering Place and to make a donation yourself. Matt Laporta, 2 for 8 in the series with a double and a homer. That ball is scorched toward left. It's going to drop. Morbone fires towards second, and Laporta has a long 1-out single.
Looked like a little breaking ball. That was up in the strike zone as well, so Matt Laporta jumps all over this one, gets a base knock.
Kelly Shopik coming off a good performance last night, 2 for 3 with a double and a homer. Also drew a walk. The last time the Indians had a starting pitcher last just 2/3 of an inning in a start was back in August of 2006 when Paul Byrd was knocked out of a start in Kansas City after just 2/3 of an inning, and he gave up 10 runs in that game, and the Indians came back and won that ball game.
I remember that.
The 0-2 missed in off the plate with it. We want to congratulate our friends down at Don Joseph Toyota in Kent on their 40th anniversary celebration and grand opening of their new state-of-the-art facility. Apparently over 40,000 square feet and very, very luxurious. So congratulations to Jeff Joseph and all his team down in Kent on the grand opening of the Don Joseph Toyota. Well, that's pretty impressive. 40 years of business, brand new facility. 1 on, 1 out, and a 1-2 count on Kelly Shopik. Line to third, caught by Herman. 2 down. Let's grab a peek at the Alltel text poll question of the game. Biggest surprise pitcher in the American League this year. Is it Scott Feldman, looking for his 17th win? What about Edwin Jackson in Detroit? Zach Greinke of the Royals, David Aardsma, Rick Porcello. Your choice. Text the answer to 31962. Results later in the game.
There's some good names up there. I'd have to say this guy right here.
Newman Romero. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Switch hitter. Spent part of the year at Double-A, then on to Triple-A this year. He batted .240 combined on the year. Quickly 0-2 the count. Romero, a Venezuelan native. Getting his first chance to play in the big leagues. Made his debut last night, 0 for 1. Knocked him off the plate, 2-2. Bottom of the second inning, 5-0. Rangers lead it. The 2-2 to Romero. Count goes full. And the runner at first, Matt Laporta, will get a head start on this payoff pitch.
Almost looked like Feldman started to take a walk to the dugout, thinking that he had the outside corner.
Runner goes. Bouncing ball slowly hit to short. Andrus off balance throw. Got him. 2 complete. 5-0 Texas. Nelson Cruz, David Murphy, and Pudge Rodriguez for the Rangers. Ball 1 down low. Peralta lost the handle, recovers, and the low throw still got him.
Recovered nicely.
Let's go back to the STO studios for the first time today. Here's Al Pulaski with a Forward Sports update from some of our late night action last night.
Yeah, Matt, Rick, on the West Coast last night, San Diego and San Francisco. Ball game was tied at 3, and then Chase Headley with the base hit to right field. Here comes Gonzalez. He'll score the game-winning run. Padres beat the Giants. Now the Rocks with a 3-game lead in the National League wild card race. Back to you.
David Murphy, base hit and a run scored his first time up. Bouncing ball back to the mound, stabbed by Jensen Lewis. Low flip to first, 2 down. You know, Rick, I was driving home last night, and I heard our old buddy Jack Corrigan make the call on Eric Young Jr.'s home run last night for the Colorado Rockies, and that's Eric Young, who you may see on ESPN. That's his son. Yeah.
That's Al's partner, isn't it? EY.
Oh, that's right, on the Little League World Series.
Little League
yeah.
World Series, absolutely. EY
correct.
and Al.
Al, what? Al, you didn't give us the EY homer on the update
exactly
there.
Right.
That would have been a perfect little tie-in.
No doubt about it.
Here's Pudge Rodriguez, 2-run homer his first time up. And takes a strike. Now the Rockies are having a magical run right now.
Well, they were slowed down there for about a week, it seemed, and then they turned it back on.
Foul tipped. 0-2. Missed away, a ball and 2 strikes. Top half of the 3rd inning, 5-zip Texas. 1-2 pitch from Lewis, up high. Checked and it was outside. Pudge Rodriguez came into this series in a 1-for-17 slump, but he's 3-for-6 with 2 doubles and a homer.
That ball there just a little upstairs.
Payoff pitch. Drilled towards center. Crow back, and he makes the catch. Rangers go in order, and Jensen Lewis has set down all 7 that he has faced. Day baseball here at Progressive Field. Indians trail 5-0, bottom of the third. Trevor Crow, Jamie Carroll, and Luis Valbuena.
You notice Crow hitting from the right side of the plate. Obviously, it still must be that oblique that bothers him to hit left-handed.
Scott Feldman delivers a first pitch strike. Crow for his last 11 offensively. Ground ball to short. Andrus throws him out. One down. Let's have a look at our Subway fresh face of the game. Travis Fryman down in Mahoning Valley. His Scrappers won last night in the best of three. And Jason Kipnis, who was one of the Indians' top picks this year, had a solo home run. Game 2, I believe, is tonight. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. Here's Jamie Carroll. Hard bouncer to third his first time up.
I'd like to send out some anniversary wishes to Bill and Ethel Dems of Canton, celebrating their 70th today. Dennis and Karen Carnicom of Gibbonsburg celebrating number 32. Congratulations.
The 0-2.
We also have a big Indians fan and a good friend, Ray Markowitz, who is in the Cleveland Clinic and watching the ball game, watches every ball game there on the TV. Ray, we hope you're doing well.
Hopefully the Indians can get you some runs.
Yeah, and come back.
This game.
Hang in there. They've been coming back the last two nights. See if they can do it today.
Carroll, a fly ball to right. Cruz had him played shallow and able to make the grab 2 away.
Well, Kick It is a campaign to raise money for pediatric, adolescents, and young adult cancer research. Kids can register their kickball teams at Indians.com and kickit.org. They'll hold kickball games in their communities to raise money through September, and then teams will be selected to play in special Kick It games at Progressive Field. Kick It kits are available at Indians team shops, Indians.com, or the kickit.org.
Luis Valbuena had a base hit his first time up. Takes a strike. Valbuena has hit in 4 straight games. Bunted to third. Off balance throw by Herman, and the Indians go 1-2-3 for the first time today. 3 in the books. 5-zip Texas. John surgery. The Indians are hopeful that he'll be ready to go come spring training. Chris Davis takes a first pitch strike. Davis a base hit in the first inning. 3 for 10 in the series with a homer. Looks at a ball outside, 1-1. Interesting story going on behind the scenes with the Texas Rangers involving their ownership. Tom Hicks is trying to sell the ball club. There were lots of stories early in the year about Hicks and some of his financial problems in other business ventures. But what makes it interesting is how quiet this is going on.
Yeah.
And you talk to folks with the Rangers club, and they said, boy, nobody is saying anything.
Well, isn't Major League Baseball stepping in there and helping them get through that? A lot like the NHL with the Phoenix Coyotes.
Yeah. Well, Tom Hicks is reportedly insisting on a price tag of $600 million for the Rangers franchise. And there are reportedly some interested parties, but only Bud Selig knows who those people are and for sure how many, because this has been kept very, very quiet. Swung on and missed, and Jensen Lewis continues the hot hand. He's retired all 8 Rangers that he has faced since coming on in relief of Fausto Carmona. So our All Care Dental and Dentures Smile and Easy Cam, and a special hello to the All Care folks watching in Elyria, Ohio today. All Care Dental and Dentures makes seeing the dentist easy. But you wonder sometimes, how could that possibly affect the ball club? Well, here's one way that during the draft, their number 1 pick, Matt Perk, a pitcher. The Rangers drafted this kid, even though his agent had made it clear they wanted $6 million to sign. Now, because the Rangers are basically being run by MLB at this moment because the team is up for sale, the Rangers wanted to make him an offer of at least $4 million, but Major League Baseball stepped in and said no. The slotting system says $2.3 million. That's it. So, Matt Perk
Kid
enrolled
went back to school
at Texas Christian University.
Yeah.
So the Rangers unable to sign their number 1 pick. So there's one instance in how some instability at the ownership helm could affect the franchise.
Who was his agent? Did it say? Is it Boris?
I do not know that. Strike called. Texas Rangers team president Nolan Ryan said last week that he had not become involved in assembling any investors to put together a group to try and buy the team. But
That's
wouldn't
a
be
lot
surprised.
of money, man.
Wouldn't be surprised if he gets involved at some point. Herman with his second hit of the day, and that snaps a string of 8 straight set down by Jensen Lewis.
Well, Saturday, the Indians will take on the Royals, who are in all weekend long, and all fans in attendance are going to receive a fleece blanket. It features all the Indians' logos in the storied history of the franchise. So come on out to the ballpark Saturday, and you know what? It's been actually very nice, but you never know when you're going to need that blanket. You may need it for the last homestand of the year.
Where a team like the Rangers could really be affected by this, depending on how long it drags off, is going into the off season, because once you get, into the free agent period and trying to assemble the club for next year, if you don't have that ownership thing hammered out.
Oh, it
Ball
got
hit
him.
the runner, Herman, so he's out.
Yeah, it's a base hit. He's out going to second base, but Bourbon will be credited with a single. And then you give the put out, I guess, to the second base, or maybe the first baseman who was closer. Let's see who the closer one was when that ball hit him.
They give it to Carroll.
Okay. That ball, normally you jump up over it or you try and get out of the way. He couldn't do it. Look at, he goes and, jumped right into it. So Carroll will get the put out. That's something you don't see happen often.
No. Swing and a miss by Elvis Andrus. 1 for 2 with a base hit today. But you know, man, that just makes your job tougher as a general manager if you don't have, your ownership set up. You go into the free agent period, and MLB still has control.
Yeah. Well,
but that's why if you're Texas right now, you try to take advantage of what you have right here, right now.
Well, they are. They're doing
season.
everything they can. Unfortunately, they have a couple of their big boppers in the heart and soul on the disabled list. If they were healthy, they would make a legitimate run.
There's a strike called. 1-2 the count. The Rangers' problem in the past, when they had those good playoff teams of Pudge Rodriguez, Juan Gonzalez, Rusty Greer, etc., they kept running in the Yankees every year they made the playoffs.
Exactly. Well, and they never really had the pitching.
Up high, 2-2. No, they never had, you're right, Rick, they never had that dominant, hey, shut them down kind of. They had Rick Helling, who was a nice pitcher, win 15-18 every year, it seemed like.
They never had the big bopper, the one guy that could go out there and toe the rubber and guarantee you a win.
The 2-2. And it's high, full count. Jensen Lewis closing in on 45 pitches, and you wonder what's left in the tank because he pitched in yesterday's game.
Yeah, he's about, I would think, done. They have, it looks like, Gosling up in the bullpen.
And the payoff pitch runner goes with 2 down, and it's fouled back. Now, this might be the last hitter for Jensen Lewis, who to this point has done exactly what you ask of any reliever when you come in the ball game and you're trailing. Throw up zeros, give us a chance.
Well, he got the final out in the first inning, and then he went 1, 2, 3 in the second and third. A couple of base hits here, but the good thing, that ball hit Herman. So instead of being first and second or possibly first and third, you got your second out.
3-2, line toward right field, and Chu is there to make the catch. So Jensen Lewis with 3 1/3 scoreless innings of relief, but it's still 5-zip Rangers. Shin-Soo Choo, Johnny Peralta, and Travis Hafner. Scott Feldman. A 2-hit shutout through the first 3. Chu, a fielder's choice, his first time up. Now the 1-1. And it's down 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. This scoreboard update brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Most of the action in the major leagues will be later on. Scott Feldman, 6 ground ball outs. And he's been a strike throwing machine. 31 out of 46
That's
for
right.
strikes.
Has not walked anybody yet.
Full count.
Well, let's send out some more congratulations. 59th wedding anniversary for Raymond and Jeanette Toth of Garfield Heights. And yesterday was Raymond's 82nd birthday. So, Raymond, happy birthday and congratulations.
Indeed. The payoff to Chu. And a ground ball headed up the gut. Kinsler, backhander, low throw. Boy, Davis has done a nice job digging him out in all 3 games of the series. Looked like he almost came off the bag
exactly
early that
right.
time, but Angel Hernandez still punched him out.
Well, that's right. I mean, that was the key, was that foot on the base. Kinsler makes that throw moving to his right. But he's saying he stayed on the base as he was picking that baseball. It looked close. A lot of times you'll see that body movement. Let's get a closer look. He does pick it nicely. Now, hold on. Hold on. Where's that ball?
Oh, yeah.
He was on it.
He did.
I'll tell you, he's not a bad first baseman over there. He looks pretty smooth. He's picked everything. The only one he didn't last night was on a Herman throw from third.
One ball, 1 strike to count on Johnny Peralta, who grounded to second his first time up. Back up the middle, off the glove of Feldman.
Wow, watch
Herman,
this.
he'll throw to first, and the throw is wide of the market into the photo bay, and that'll send Johnny Peralta to second base.
Well, speaking of Herman, there's another error. Tried to make the great play. Because of the deflection of Feldman. It'll go as a base hit for Johnny, and then the error allowing Peralta to go to second base on the overthrow by Herman. So there you'll see it. That ball was up the middle all the way, and he deflects it. If he makes a good throw, he probably gets him. But you're rushing, throws off line, pulls Davis off the bag, gets into the camera bay. So the Indians, now you'd like to see him get on the board.
Travis Hafner out on strikes his first time up. High, ball 1. Took something off and a swing and a miss. Interested in winning a new Harley Davidson?
I'd love to.
How about a LeBron James autographed jersey?
I would like that.
A family vacation to the Carolinas?
Yeah.
Then go to sparkofhope.com and buy your tickets for the September 18th fundraiser for pediatric blood cancer research, and you just might be riding home to Arizona on a Harley.
No, I'd ship it. I wouldn't ride. I'd sell it before I get out there. I don't trust myself on a bike.
You ever had one?
No. I'd be dead before I'd get on it.
Your
my
brothers,
brothers.
though, yeah.
Oh, my brothers had Harleys.
That's what I thought.
Matter of fact, my sister's got a Harley now. How about
Swing and a
that?
miss, 1 and 2 the count.
She went out and bought one this year.
But you you adhere to the old philosophy, know thyself.
The bigger, the better. I'd get, like a tank. Prepare to ram. That's me. I don't trust anybody out there. I'd be afraid of a bike. How about you?
No.
Then you'd end up having to get tattoos and everything else that go with it.
I'd wreck it for sure.
Yes, you
I
would.
couldn't even stay on a bicycle. 1-2 pitch. Tapped foul.
The one guy that needs to register would be Tony Amato. He could use a Harley.
Oh, yeah, that'd be perfect for him.
Him or Marty.
See him rolling around Parmatown with his Harley.
That would be beautiful.
I don't think his neighbors would appreciate that, though. They may not appreciate him as it is, though, so maybe it would.
He'd get more respect.
Runner at second, one out here in the home half of the fourth, and a 1-2 count on Hafner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fausto Carmona did not get out of the first inning today, surrendering 5 runs on 6 hits in the first as the Rangers batted around against him. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Feldman both times. He's had Hafner. And a snap throw to second by Pudge Rodriguez. But Peralta was able to get back in time. That's one of those plays where you might catch a guy napping once in a while.
That's true. You know, sometimes a base runner will drop his head after the ball goes past the hitter and into the catcher's glove. You know, you walk back on a game like this and you may signal to that guy at second base. Nice throw. Watch this.
Boom.
Yeah. You see, if Johnny was paying attention. But I can see how a hitter, may put that head down a little bit, pretend like you're throwing it to the pitcher and go all the way through.
Matt Laporta singled to left his first time up. Laporta 3 for 9 in the series. Feldman wants to go through the signs again with Pudge Rodriguez. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike to even the count. Stay tuned after today's ball game for All Bets Are Off with Bruce Drennan. Saw Bruce before today's game. He's excited to take your calls. Big sports weekend coming up. Indians will host the Royals here at Progressive Field, but down in Columbus, you've got the Buckeyes hosting USC.
Yeah.
Browns
Saturday night.
Browns kick off their season Sunday at home against the Vikings. So lots going on. Not to mention high school football starting to heat up. 1-1 fouled back out of play. That immediately follows the Conrad's postgame show right here on Sports Time Ohio. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at second. Home half of the fourth. Down low to even the count. With a win today, the Rangers would draw even on the year on the road. And that's saying something because, as we pointed out before, very few teams can win away from home this year in the American League. The Yankees have a winning road record.
And the Angels, that's about it.
And Laporta strikes out to end the inning. 4 complete. 5-zip Texas. for free with My Circle. Any number, any network.
Well, the Rangers with a 5-0 lead here. And starting the 5th inning, Texas scored all 5 runs in the first inning. So Jensen Lewis did a nice job in his 3 1/3. Did not allow a run, gave up 2 hits, and had a strikeout. We'll turn it over to Mike Gosling now, appearing for the 10th time. Coming on and trying to keep it a 5-0 ball game until the offense for the Indians can do anything with Scott Feldman.
Ian Kinsler, Marlon Byrd, and Nelson Cruz. All right-handed bats to face Mike Gosling here in the 5th. Kinsler sends a sky-high pop behind the plate, back to the screen. Shopik won't be able to get to it. Got a note here, might be belated, but Stratton Bailey, 13 years old, celebrating her birthday.
Might be belated. When it comes from the front office, yeah. It probably is.
Well, it says 5'8", and then the 5 was scratched out, and it said 9'8", so I'm assuming. If that's for May, it's really
that
belated.
Was yesterday. Yeah, if it's for May, we'll wish you a happy birthday next year.
But happy 13th birthday to Stratton Bailey, who loves the Indians. Hanging in
good.
there.
Happy birthday. Belated, maybe by a day.
But hey, Stratton, if you're like me, your birthday, it's all month. You got a 30-day window to celebrate.
That's exactly right.
Accept any and all gifts during that time frame. Now the 0-2 to Kinsler. Check. Did he go? Angel Hernandez said he held up.
Well, there's your view. He wasn't even close.
Grounds this one up the gut. Valbuena off balance throw. Got him. Boy, what a range shown by Luis Valbuena to get to that ball and then make the throw to retire Ian Kinsler.
Well, he realized he had to get rid of it quickly. And it was bang, bang at first base, but it was accurate. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's up the middle. It wasn't hit that hard, and it deflected a little bit toward Valbuena. But he gets the ball, gets rid of it, and boy, that is close. That is bang, bang. Washington wants to go out and argue for his guy. See, he couldn't get much on the throw. He probably did beat it.
Yeah, it looked like he definitely.
He may have a legitimate complaint right there, but he is called out. That is out number 1.
Marlon Byrd crushed a 3-run homer in the first inning to straightaway center field. Well, all of a sudden we got some dark clouds.
Don't look.
And that breeze has definitely picked up blowing in from center.
Don't look. It was nice seeing a little bit of that sun today.
It's still out there.
Let's hope it stays.
In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1. Nelson Cruz waits on deck. One hopper to short. Valbuena sets, fires it over, 2 away. Time now for our Direct Energy bringing the gas sequence.
Well, let's go back to the fourth inning. Chris Davis is going to be. Jensen Lewis evens the count. Wouldn't chase the high one. Gets a fastball on the outside part. And we'll put him away with a fastball away.
Nelson Cruz 0 for 2 today. Two and 0. Mike Gosling, a former Stanford product. It was an all-academic Pac-10 selection. Minnesota Twins drafted him right out of high school back in 1998, but Gosling passed their 14th round offer and decided to go to Stanford. Eventually signed by the Diamondbacks in 01. Drive to deep center. Trevor Crowe backpedaling. And the Rangers go 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Still 5-zip Texas. Rangers sent 10 men to the plate, scored 5 times on 6 hits, a couple of homers, a 3-run shot by Bird, 2-run blast by Rodriguez.
You know, after yesterday's first 2 games where they jumped out early and they ended up cruising to victory, today in that first inning was almost like a sucker punch. You come out there and, I mean, they just knock you off your feet before the starter could even get out of the first inning.
You weren't ready for it.
No. I mean, they just knock you flat, and now all of a sudden, you know, it's sort of settled into a ball game, but they're still down 5. So the Indians got to find a way to get on the board and get a little momentum going.
Well, Scott Feldman's taken care of that so far today. He's allowed just 3 hits. He has struck out 3 and has not walked a batter.
Yeah, the way this guy has pitched on the road this year, that's why I was saying very important that the Indians can't let them get an early lead. And, boy, 2/3 of an inning, Carmona goes, and they turn it over to this guy, and he has been brilliant. 3 hits. He has struck out 3. He hasn't walked a batter. Quietly just cruising along.
High pop. Wind pushing it toward the seats, but the third baseman Herman is there. 1 down. Here's another check of the Alltel text poll question of the game. Most surprising pitcher in the AL? Scott Feldman of the Rangers, Jackson of the Tigers, Greinke of the Royals. What about David Aardsma, Rick Porcello? Text your answer to 31962, and we'll have the results later in the game. Newman Romero thought about bunting his way aboard, fouls it off. Up high, 1-1. Yesterday, in the first game of that doubleheader, same scenario. Indians fell behind early, but they kept scratching and clawing, fighting their way back into it. And you talk about a rare occurrence. According to the Elias Statistics Bureau, it was the first time that an American League team had scored in each of the last 6 innings and still lost the game since 1970. Nice catch by Bourbon. When the Red Sox lost 22-13 to Chicago back in 1970.
I'll be darned.
Let's go back to the studios for a Ford Sports Update. Here's Al.
They're up 3-0 here today. Bobby Scales grounds into a fielder's choice. Micah Hoffpower scores. 3-0 Cubbies, bottom of the third in Pittsburgh.
All right, thanks, Al. Trevor Crowe takes a strike. Grounded to short his first time up. Speaking of rare occurrences, you know, Al last night showed us the walk-off homer hit by Nick Swisher to win that game for the Yankees.
Yes.
You realize those are only the 4th and 5th home runs he's hit at home this year?
He has all his on the road, and he may be the only guy in Yankee uniform that has more on the road than at home.
21 homers on the road for Swisher this year.
Yes.
He ranks 159th in home runs at home.
Got to let it go.
And it's going to
gonna
stay fair.
Right there.
Trevor Crowe with a swinging bunt single. And a 2-out base runner now for Jamie Carroll.
Well, there's Herman way back behind the bag, and nothing you can do. And you see Pudge saying, let it go. It's going to roll foul. But no, it doesn't. It never gets off the grass. That'll be the 4th hit. All singles for the Indians today.
Blown away ball 1 to Jamie Carroll. With that Yankee win last night, thanks to the walk-off homer by Swisher, they're the first team to 90 wins this year. And you would think, with the way the season has gone, record of 90 and 50, that they have to be considered the favorites to win the whole thing. But since 1990, only twice has the first team to 90 wins won the World Series. The Red Sox in 2007 and the Yankees in 1998. It's all about getting hot at the right time in October.
Yes, it is. And you can't count out wild card teams anymore.
No.
Wild cards go out and win it.
It seems like, if you get your pitching set at the right time, that's what can really carry a team. You get a couple of hot starters. 2-1. Outside. 3 balls and a strike. This is a territory that Feldman has not been in very often today. Behind in the count. This will be his 80th pitch of the afternoon. And he's walked his first batter. So 2 on and 2 out. And Luis Valbuena will be the batter.
Well, visit the official online shop of the Indians at Indians.com. You browse the largest online selection of merchandise, including caps, shirts, jerseys, and more. You get your team gear straight from the source. That's Indians.com.
Valbuena with a base hit and a tapper back to the mound today. And now Pudge Rodriguez wants to go for a visit. Valbuena extending his modest hitting streak to 4 in a row with that base hit back in the first inning. Nothing doing at second base. Two balls, no strikes. Valbuena working himself into a good hitter's count here. And a ground ball hardly hit to first. Davis takes it himself. And the inning is over. After 5, it's still 5-0 Texas.
You didn't tell her we were talking about Erie, did you?
Johnny Peralta. Yeah, Susie, we were just talking about Erie, Pennsylvania yesterday.
Our stop on the press tour annually.
Susie is like Bruce Springsteen when we go to Erie, Pennsylvania.
There's no doubt about
They
it.
come out in large numbers just to shower her with gifts. Oh, yeah.
We'll be back there again.
That's right.
We were so big in that stop. My son Kyle went to college there, Mercyhurst.
Yeah, right there.
Susie made us big in that town.
David Murphy, 1 out of 2, a single and a run scored today. Mike Gosling, a perfect 5th inning of relief.
Well, they've only given up the 2 hits since the first inning. It was a 5-run, 6-hit first inning for Texas. Since that point, 2 hits. Those coming off Jensen Lewis, but he went 3 1/3 innings. Had a strikeout. Did a great job.
Full count. Got him looking. 1 down here in the 6th.
Take advantage of the KeyBank Fun Bunch 4-pack. That includes 4 tickets, 4 dogs, or pizza, slices of pizza, 4 Pepsi products for as low as $51. The Fun Bunch ticket package is a great way for the whole family to enjoy a ball game. Visit Indians.com or an Indians team shop and purchase your tickets today.
Up high, ball 1 to Pudge Rodriguez, a 2-run homer in the first inning. One pitch, up high. Gosling with a 2-1, and that is fouled out of play. Well, stay tuned after the ball game today on Sports Time Ohio. All bets are off. Bruce Drennan will talk with USC Athletic Director Mike Garrett about the big USC Ohio State game. Here's a question. Who would you take, Mike Garrett or Archie Griffin? Two of the all-time great college running backs right there. Mike Garrett was kind of the guy that started it all for USC as far as, I think, a tailback U. After Mike Garrett came O.J. Simpson. And he had Charlie
Davis,
White.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. Marcus Allen.
There's a few pretty good running backs right there.
Not too shabby. 2-2. For Buckeye fans, of course, that was a rhetorical question. I mean, Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. But Mike Garrett may be to USC what Archie was to Ohio State in their eras, respectively. Still both very involved in their schools. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Mike Gosling has fanned the first 2 here in the 6th inning.
Looked like it was a backdoor breaking ball wrapping around the outside part of the plate. There it is. He comes in, he gets the call. And it was a good pitch. So back-to-back called strikeouts here in the 6th inning.
Chris Davis 1 for 2 with a base hit. Fouled by Davis.
Well, yeah, I'm moving east, so you go ahead and figure it out yourself. I think he's on the mound tonight for the Rangers, Feldman. You're terrible. Stop it.
Just missed with that pitch. Man, it's 2-2. Since he was a second-round pick of the D-backs back in 01, Gosling has made the rounds in the last few years. Claimed by the Reds off waivers in 06. The Blue Jays claimed him off waivers in 07. Full count. He signed with the Minnesota Twins in January of this year. Released by Minnesota June 2nd, and then the Indians signed Gosling. And the payoff pitch fouled away. Off day tomorrow for the Tribe. And then Kansas City comes in over the weekend.
Now winding down after this weekend, we'll have one homestand left.
Yeah. And he walked him. So a 2-out base runner for Esteban Herman. Herman 2 for 2, 2 singles today.
Texas, the team in this series, they've really been doing a nice job taking the ball the other way, like that. They have 21 of their 39 hits now that have gone at least up the middle or the other way. So they're staying on the baseball. They're hitting it where it's pitched. And when you make a mistake with a breaking ball, they'll pull it in the alley. They're hitting. Really, I mean, it's a clinic of hitting.
Does it depend on what type of hitter you are as to whether or not you would like to see, say, 40 or 50% of your hits go up the middle or the other way?
No, it shouldn't. I mean, when you've got an approach and you've got a good plate coverage and, you're not trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark, you should be able to hit the ball to every field. As we always say, if you're strong enough or big enough to hit home runs, they're going to come from byproducts of good at-bats. And these guys are strong enough now, even when you look at your little guys, they're your second baseman, shortstops, whatever, they're strong enough to hit it out of the ballpark. They're almost 200 pounds.
1-1 to count.
I mean, when you stay on the ball, and Texas is a ball club that strikes out a lot as a team. I mean, they're up there. They're maybe leading the league, them in Tampa Bay.
Slapped to third, caught by Peralta, inning over. So 2 scoreless innings of relief for Mike Gosling. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 5-zip Texas. The Rangers jumped out to the 5-0 first inning lead, and that's held up as we go down to the bottom of the 6th inning. Shin-Soo Choo, Johnny Peralta, and Travis Hafner. Scott Feldman breaking ball, first pitch strike. 12 of 21 first pitch strikes today for Feldman. High fly ball, left field over near the line. Bourbon. He's got it, one away. Time now for our Northern Ohio Toyota dealers game recap. Marlon Byrd hit a 3-run homer to make it 5-zip. Pudge Rodriguez hit a 2-run homer to make it 5-0.
You missed the first inning, you missed the ball game.
For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. Fausto Carmona gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 1, lasted 2/3 of an inning here today. Shortest outing for an Indian starter, matching the 2/3 of an inning pitched by Paul Byrd back in 2006 in a game in Kansas City.
You know, the week before that start by Paul Byrd, Kansas City was in this ballpark, and the Indians roughed up their starter for 10 runs in the first inning.
Yeah.
And he went, I think, 2/3 of an inning. And it happened the very next week when we went back to Kansas City.
Peralta up the middle. Kinsler throws him out. Boy, it seems like Ian Kinsler's been everywhere today on the right side of that Rangers infield. Not noted for his glove work, but he has been equal to the task a number of times today.
He's had a few of these plays between yesterday and today, and that time it was on the money. And Davis picks it up, and they retire Peralta out number 2.
There is Travis Hafner. He has struck out twice today in his 2 at-bats. Speaking of Ian Kinsler, as I said, it only seems like he's been everywhere today. He has 4 assists. 1 in the first, 1 in the fourth. But Kinsler has done a terrific job both with his glove and bat here today. Up high, 1-2 the count. Scott Feldman over the 90 pitch mark now on the afternoon. And a line drive off the glove of Kinsler on 1 hop this time. So they finally blistered one past him. And Hafner has his first hit today, 5th hit for the Indians, and a 2-out base runner for Matt Laporta.
Well, he gives in and throws Hafner a fastball down and in, and Travis, he likes that. He hits that ball on the nose. Kinsler did get some leather on it. Deflects off his glove, trickles into center field. That's hit number 5 and all singles for the Tribe.
Matt Laporta takes the ball up high. This ball is slugged to deep left field. Back goes Bourbon, makes the catch on the track, and the inning is over. 6 in the books. It's still 5-zip Texas. AM, PM. Too much good stuff. Seventh inning here at Progressive Field. Mike Gosling on for a third inning of relief. Elvis Andrus, Ian Kinsler, Marlon Byrd due up for the Rangers. Andrus slaps it foul on the right side. Mentioned earlier, Andrus has been batting in the 2-hole with Michael Young down with that hamstring injury. Ron Washington, Texas manager, likes Andrus in the 2-hole because he can hit the ball to the right side, he can bunt, he can hit and run, he can steal. He said, quote, "I've got him in there sooner than I want him, but he's showing that it doesn't matter where you put him in the lineup."
Well, you don't want to put that much pressure on him, especially with a potent offense like the Rangers have, and they have some guys in that spot. But when you have injuries, there's nothing wrong with putting him up there and giving him a little experience. Down the road, eventually he probably will hit there.
Yeah, Omar Vizquel didn't start out his career in that 2 spot.
Boy, you had to hide him in the number 9 hole. You could knock the battle out of his hands, but he turned into being an outstanding number 2 hitter.
Full count. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Valbuena. Off balance throw this time. Not in time. And Andrus able to beat it out.
Well, you can see he comes out and, after you get used to watching Cabrera play shortstop, he makes it look easy. I mean, he had to get rid of that ball quickly. And when the guy can run like Andrus can, you're not going to get him anyway.
Ian Kinsler pops it up on the infield. Second baseman Jamie Carroll has it. 1 away.
Well, when the Indians wrap up this homestand, that'll be Sunday against Kansas City. All you kids 14 and under are going to receive a Grady Sizemore wall banner. How about that? It's also Kids Fun Day with activities and pregame out on the plaza. And then, as always, it's National Grandparents' Day, where grandparents, you can take the trip around the bases along with the kids. That'll all be Sunday, wrapping up this homestand.
Marlon Byrd 1 out of 3 with a homer back in the first. This is hit well to right. Back goes Chu and makes the catch right on the front edge of the track. 2 down. Hey, Sports Time Ohio is your home for high school sports, and Friday night at 11. We'll bring you the Mentor Cardinals when they take on the Solon Comets. High school football Friday night at 11 o'clock only on STO. Nelson Cruz 0 for 3. Cruz trying to keep a 6-game hitting streak alive. This guy has the second best home run to at bat ratio in the American League. He's got a homer every 13 at bats this year. Tapper back to the mound. Gosling throws, got him. And the Rangers are retired. Stretch time in Cleveland. Still 5-zip, Texas. And new menu, and that new menu is coming to a Panini's near you. Stay up to date by logging on to paninisgrill.com. Nothing Texas, bottom of the 7th inning. Bottom third of the Indians order due up against Scott Feldman, working on a 5-hit shutout. Shopik drives one deep down the right side, but slicing foul. Scott Feldman trying for his 16th win of the year. Justin Verlander, who already has 16 wins, will be pitching later tonight looking for number 17.
And Feldman looking for win number 12 on the road.
Yeah. No Rangers ever done that in a single season.
12 on the road and his 7th consecutive win. The last time that Feldman took an L was back on July 29th against the Tigers, where he was shelled. 2 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. But since that point, it's been all wins.
His only road loss this year came, I believe, during interleague play. Yeah, it was
at San Francisco
against the Giants in San Francisco, June 19th. The 0-2, right back to the screen. Shopik lined to third in the 2nd inning, fouled out to third in the 5th. And the 0-2. Strike 3 call. 4th strikeout for Feldman here today. 1 down in the 7th. Time to check out the results of our Alltel text poll question. 44% have been most surprised by Zach Greinke, who we will see this weekend against the Tribe. He will be pitching on Friday night against Justin Masterson, going for his 14th win of the year. He'll come into that game with an earned run average of 1.22. And that is number 1 in the American League. Scott Feldman now 100 pitches on the afternoon. Activity in the Texas bullpen. 65 of his pitches have been for strikes. Newman Romero 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Another 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Scott Feldman nearing the finish line for his day. And he has struck out back-to-back hitters. He'll try to set them down in order as Trevor Crowe comes up with 2 down and the bases empty. Everyday Eddie has become everyday CJ.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got a good arm coming out of that bullpen.
Pitched in both games of the doubleheader yesterday. Might see action again here this afternoon. So think about that. If he comes in, that'd be 3 appearances in a span of 24 hours.
Yes, it will be.
Talk about your proverbial rubber arm. 2-0. Crowe reached on a swinging bunt single back in the 5th. Little grounder that stayed fair up along the third base line. Rifle down the right field line this time, but foul. Feldman's 2-1 is a fastball at the belt. Fouled out of play. Cardinals are underway in their game this afternoon, already have the early lead. They have the biggest divisional lead in baseball. They have an 11.5 game edge over second place Chicago in the NL Central. At 83 and 57 on the year. They've won 8 of their last 10. And they have just been on a roll with the way Carpenter and Wainwright and Joel Pinheiro of all people have pitched.
Yes.
They're pulling away from the pack. A walk to Trevor Crowe with 2 down, and we'll see if that's it. Ron Washington doesn't look like he's in any hurry to make a move. He'll stay with Feldman for at least one more hitter. The right-handed hitting Jamie Carroll stepping in.
Well, the Cardinals are underway, and Wainwright is the guy pitching for him today.
Ground ball hit to short. Andrus will go the long way. Just did get Carroll. 7 in the books. Still 5-0 Texas. 5-zip, Texas on top. Looks like Scott Feldman's day is over. 5-hit shutout baseball through 7 innings. David Murphy lifts the fly ball to center field. And Trevor Crowe makes the catch. First out of the 8th inning. And Mike Gosling, 3 1/3 scoreless innings of relief now, matching what Jensen Lewis did earlier. Both of them allowed 2 hits. Left-hander Rafael Perez loosening in the Tribe pen as we speak. Pudge Rodriguez looks at a strike. 1 for 3. His 2-run homer in the first inning was the last run of this game. And it's caught at second by Carroll, 2 away.
Well, hit this ball right on the nose. Tried to run a fastball in there. Takes it the other way, but right into the tracks of Jamie Carroll.
I can't remember too many games, if any, where I've said the last run in this game was scored in the first inning, and we're in the 8th.
Well, you know, I had a long day yesterday, doubleheader. Like I told you, it's like they came out and they just delivered one, sucker punched them and knocked them to their knees, and they haven't recovered.
Justin Masterson gets the call for the Tribe on Friday in the series opener against Kansas City. He's on your right, talking to Jake Westbrook. Chris Davis, 1 for 2, walked his last time up. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, close, but no cigar. You can see home plate umpire Marvin Hudson almost start to flinch.
That's usually you get Davis to chase that one.
Tried to run the fastball by him, but now the count goes full. 3-2. He walked him his last time up when he faced him after striking out the previous 2 hitters. In the air, center field, Trevor Crowe circling under it. And the Rangers go 1-2-3, and a terrific job by Mike Gosling. 4 scoreless innings of relief. Texas. It's been that way since the top of the first inning. And now C.J. Wilson working for the third time in 24 hours in this series. That got the home plate umpire, Marvin Hudson. C.J. Wilson pitched an inning in the first game of yesterday's doubleheader and then worked 2/3 of an inning in the nightcap. Funny thing is they've got 12 guys in the bullpen.
Isn't that something?
That's not including the starters. That's just 12 guys in the bullpen.
Well, they will go home and they will have an off day tomorrow. And, boy, they can't wait because they were conclude a stretch where they were 25 of 36 games have been away from home. They have been on the road. So and they weathered the storm pretty well where they were 12-12 on the road in this span. Soon, if they can hold on, they'll be 13-12.
He almost got the ball boy. Now the 1-2 pitch. Over the top of the dugout this time. Now the 1-2 pitch. Line down the left field line. Fair ball. And it gets by Bourbon into the corner. And Valbuena with a leadoff double here in the 8th inning off C.J. Wilson, a tough left-hander. Second hit of the ball game for Valbuena. His 22nd two-bagger.
Well, he stayed on that fastball, and he just kept this one inside the line, down into the corner. And you can see it did stay fair by about a foot. That'll be hit number 6 and the first extra base hit by the Tribe this afternoon.
Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 3. Oh, and 2 the count. I'll say this much for C.J. Wilson. He's come right out throwing strikes. 7 of 8 pitches have been strikes so far for the Ranger left-hander.
Well, that's what you want to see. When you have a 5-0 lead, you're late in the ball game, and you're going to that bullpen, you want to see guys coming out throwing strikes. By no means do you want to see them just give any extra base runners. And one thing, that's what Texas has been so very good at this year, is allowing, unearned runs. They're second fewest unearned runs allowed in the majors. They've only allowed 30. One behind Philadelphia, so they don't give you any extra runs. You're going to have to earn them and hit your way on.
They've cut down on their errors.
Yes, they have.
Struck him out. 1 down. Let's go back to the STO studios for a Ford Sports update. Al has the latest on the Cardinals and the Brew Crew.
Yeah, Matt, they're underway in Milwaukee and St. Louis here at the top of the first inning. It's the first run. Matt Holliday hits this one to left. Ryan Braun, nice catch. But it's a sac fly. Cards on the board, 1-0. They're now in the middle of the second inning in Milwaukee. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Al. 1 on, 1 out. Johnny Peralta. Swing and a miss. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Johnny is 2 for 12 in the series. Taps it foul. 1-2 the count. Got him. Another strikeout for Wilson. 2 down here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Travis Hafner. Rangers, as we mentioned before, chasing Boston in the wild card race. Red Sox at home tonight against Baltimore, and it'll be Paul Byrd pitching for the Red Sox. I mean, it's hard to believe on one hand. You think that the money that the Red Sox have spent on assembling that ball club and the talent they have, and yet they're forced to go to a guy who's been sitting at home for almost the entire season.
I know.
Popped him up. Second baseman Ian Kinsler, fighting the sun, makes the catch. Leadoff double and does no damage. We'll go to the 9th. 5-0 Rangers. Rafael Perez coming on for the Tribe. He'll be the 4th Indians pitcher to work here today. Time now to take a look at our Northern Ohio Buick Pontiac GMC performance of the game. And Scott Feldman of the Rangers went 7 5-hit shutout innings, walked a couple, punched out 5, and he's given up 1 run in 13 innings against the Indians this year.
In this ballpark, yes, he has. And get his 12th win on the road, his 16th on the year. And looking for a Rangers sweep.
Esteban Herman 3 for 3, all 3 singles here today. One and one to count. Rounded to third. It goes by Peralta. It hit in front of the bag and took a hop right past him. And into second base goes Herman.
He is 4 for 4 today. You'll watch this ball. It had some funny spin. I thought it was going to hit the bag. He went to come in and backhand it, and it almost hit in front of the bag, and Johnny might have lost it. Then he tried to barehand it. It was a little late. What he did, he stayed back. He probably should have come up to try and get it, on the hop. Decided to stay back, and it had spin on it. Took a funny hop. That'll go as a base hit. Herman, the 11th hit for the Rangers, and his 4th. How about that?
Rafael Perez has it go by him, and another infield dribbler.
Well, he went to barehand it. He should have used his glove. So let's see what they give him here. Watch. Watch his barehand. Watch this.
That's
why you have a glove.
Barehand it?
I don't know. You go up there with a backhand and just get your glove and flip it to first. That'll go as an error.
So first and third, nobody out, and here's Elvis Andrus. Andrus has 2 hits on the day, 4 hits in the series. He's hit in 12 straight games, and he's got a 3-hit day. And the Rangers score for the first time since the first inning to make it 6-0. Morbone stops at second. And now Ian Kinsler, 0 for 4, steps in. In the dirt, ball 1. Rounded foul. Again, taking aim over there toward the end of that dugout. Marte again saying, hey, what in the world? Do I have a magnet? One pitch inside.
Now, for Rafael Perez, it's been one of those years where he has never, ever been able to go out and settle down all year long.
A broken bat base hit into left field. They'll stop the runner at third. Bourbon. Andrus stops at second, and Ian Kinsler gets his first hit of the day. And Rafael Perez has not retired a batter. First 4 have all reached, a run already in. Bases loaded, nobody out.
That got down on the trademark, but you can see as hard as he swings, he fights it off and finds the hole. So it's 3 hits in the inning to go with the error. A run in, bases still loaded. And you're coming up to a guy who's had one heck of a series. Hit a 3-run homer in the first. Had 7 hits in the doubleheader yesterday. And he can really cap it in his final game with an outstanding series.
Indians bring the infield in with nobody out. And a ball in the dirt.
It's not a good feeling the way when you're an infielder, the way this guy's been swinging the bat. To come into the grass, the cut of the grass.
Pretty much nullifies it. Let's say it Class A.
Bird looked a little late on the swing. 1-1 to count. Marlon Byrd in his career is 5 slams and a solid .291 average on the year. 6 for 15. The 1-1 fouled away. Off to the right into the club seats. Marlon Byrd set a team record for hits in a doubleheader yesterday with 7. Now has a 7-game hitting streak. And 8 runs batted in during his 7-game streak. Looking for more.
That's going to get it done.
Center field. It is going to drop just beyond Jamie Carroll's reach. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet, and the Rangers now lead it 7-0. Byrd with his 73rd run batted in on the year. And that's now 3 straight hits after the error. 4 hits in the inning. And Rafael Perez.
See, and that's when you play that infield in. This is where you get burned. Right here on that ball. Just like that. If the middle infielders were playing back for a double play, they would have had it, and nobody scored. But you try and cut off any more runs.
It looks like Tony Sipp is now going to get loose in the Indians' bullpen.
Well, that's something they never wanted to do, is get him up. But Perez just struggling again.
Nelson Cruz is due up 0 for 4, but he'll bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Cruz will have one more shot to keep his 6-game hitting streak alive. Kelly Shopik blocks the ball in the dirt. Popped up right field. shallow. It's going to be Jamie Carroll backing up to grab it. One down. And it'll bring up the left-handed hitting David Murphy, who is 1 for 4 today with a single and a run scored back in the first. Since then, he's grounded out, struck out, and flied to center. Fouled away. David Murphy, we've talked about it before, started the year 0 for 23. He ended that string with a fifth-inning homer April 26th in Baltimore. He was 2 shy of the club record set in 1972 by Teddy Kubiak.
Is that right? Teddy, who's down in the minor leagues with the Indians and has been for years.
Sure, he appreciates me mentioning that, too.
Well, it's been a long enough time. He can get over it. You got to like just having your name mentioned. Who cares if it's good or bad as long as you mention your name?
No such thing as bad publicity, right?
That's right.
The 1-1. Line drive, base hit, left field. That's going to bring home Andrus. Kinsler stops at third. Bird stops at second. And 3 runs here in the 9th inning for the Rangers as they now lead it 8-0.
Well, they sucker punched him in the first, and they're knocking him out in the 9th. Carmona in the first, and now Perez in the 9th. In between, it was very good as far as pitching goes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even equate this with rubbing your nose in it because this was just...
Well, a couple of miscues to start the inning off, and then boom, 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 single, single, and it's just been one of those years for Perez. He's had a bad one.
Pudge Rodriguez, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Now, if Pudge Rodriguez were to hit a grand slam and then came around the bases and jumped into home plate like he was jumping into a pool of water
never, ever
and all the
do
players
that.
Fell down around him, now that would be rubbing your nose in it.
No, they would never do that.
Prince Fielder got some flack for that in the Brewers, and I'm still trying to figure out why. It was a walk-off situation. They didn't do it in the middle of the game. They weren't making light of the Giants situation.
Oh, boy.
Base hit to left. Another run comes home as Kinsler
batting
scores.
practice is what it is. They got to get him out of
4
here.
runs in.
We have seen enough, huh?
9-zip Rangers.
No kidding.
And Rafael Perez has just been teed off on here in this inning. 6 hits allowed by Perez here in the 9th.
1/3 of an inning. How about that?
We've got a timeout. Tony Sipp forced to come into the ball game to try and finish it up. for the 38th time this year. 2 wins, no losses, ERA 3.19. He'll be facing the left-handed hitting Chris Davis. 18 walks, 38 punch-outs in 31 innings of work.
Well, the Rangers.
Marlon Byrd, the runner at third. Murphy at second. Rodriguez at first. Davis 1 out of 3 with a walk. Rangers have bookended this game here today.
Well, they have had some kind of year against the Indians, haven't they?
Now they'll go to 8-1.
Yes, indeed.
Ron Washington, there were folks down in Texas ready to run him out of town. And he's got the Rangers deep in the hunt.
Well, remember when we started the year out down there, they said, you know, he better get off to a good start because it could mean his job. But he has, and they have continued to play well.
Closing in on their 79th win of the year. Swing and a miss, and Davis is out number 2. Esteban Herman, who led off the inning with what was ruled a base hit on a bouncing ball that eluded Johnny Peralta at third.
Well, he never thought he was going to get 5 at-bats in this game. He led off the 9th and ended up going 4 for 4. He was probably saying, boy, that was a great day. I had a good day. Well, he's back up again and has a chance to go 5 for 5.
He was the last hitter that Fausto Carmona faced in the first. And the first hitter that Rafael Perez faced here in the 9th.
He went from 150, his batting average at the start of the game, to 292. That's what happens with no at-bats.
He was 133 when the series began. He spun him out of there.
I told you, I remember him in a Kansas City uniform. He used to wear out the tribe. He needed him for a steady dose to get that average up there. He's working on his salary drive for next year.
He has 4 3-hit games in his career. 3 of them against the Indians.
No shocker.
1-1 pitch. Bases full of Rangers, 2 down. And the 2-1 pitch is fouled away. Tony Sip. Long look in. Now he's got the sign for the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball in the hole. Diving stop by Peralta. Goes to first with the throw. Not in time.
Look at him. He hustled down there to beat it out to go 5 for 5.
Esteban Herman with a 5-hit game gets another RBI, his 3rd of the series. And the Rangers with 5 in the 9th to match their 5 in the 1st and lead it 10-0.
Johnny did everything that he could, but Herman hustled, man. When you smell that hit, that's a perfect day. I guarantee that's got to be his first 5-hit game in his career.
It is the first 5-hit game in the career of Esteban Herman.
Something else.
So he started this series batting 133. He'll leave batting 320. Unreal. Now, granted, he started the series with only 6 games in a Ranger uniform and only 20 at bats, but he was 3 for 20 coming in. That was coming in today. And I think he had 5 at bats yesterday. Yeah, he was 1 for 5 yesterday, so he only had 15 at bats in a Ranger uniform at the start of the series. Bourbon looks at a ball down low. 7th straight at bat with the bases loaded for Texas in this inning. Swung on and missed. It's a perfect bookend day for Texas. 5 in the first, 5 in the ninth. Cleveland. And Willie Air coming on to finish it up.
Well, they put on an offensive clinic as far as hitting the baseball around. They had big innings in the 3 games that they played here. And they came in, now remember, 15 innings where they didn't score. They were shut out on Sunday, rained out on Monday, took it out on the Indians on Tuesday and Wednesday. So the last inning is going to be Laporta, Shopik, Romero, the scheduled hitters, to come on and face Air. Texas, with the team, they have the most shutouts in the league. They have 10 as a team. They're looking for their 11th this year. Detroit has 9. Boston has 9. The Angels have 9.
Matt Laporta, 1 for 3. Takes ball 1. Liner to low. What a diving catch by Andrus. That ball was ticketed for left field. But Andrus with a terrific diving stop to take a hit away from Matt Laporta. Oh, one down now for Kelly Shopik, 0 for 3. Shopik lined to third in the second inning, fouled out to third in the fifth, called out on strikes in the seventh. Ground ball to short. Andrus kicks off the heel. Still has time to recover and throw him out. 2 away. Last Indians hope, Newman Romero, who is 0 for 3. Off day tomorrow. We'll be back with you Friday night when the Indians host the Royals here at Progressive Field. Justin Masterson against Zach Greinke. Romero looks at a ball outside. We'll preview that series coming up straight ahead on the Conrad's postgame show. Look back at the highlights, although there aren't many to look back on today. Fouled on the third base side. 2-1 the count with 2 down and the bases empty here in the 9th inning. Rangers trying to move to within a game and a half of the Red Sox in the wild card race. They could move to within 4 games of the Angels in the AL West. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. If Romero reaches, Trevor Crowe would be next. And a broken bat bouncer to second. Kinsler throws him out, and the game is over. Indians go 1-2-3. And Texas delivers a good old-fashioned butt-whooping in this 3-game
the old-fashioned
series.
two-step.
A